Welcome! Today we're jumping right into a fascinating topic, the hidden skill behind reading. And here's a spoiler. It has absolutely nothing to do with your eyes and everything to do with your ears. Let's dig in.
So let me ask you this. What if the real key to cracking the reading code wasn't about seeing letters on a page, but about hearing the sounds in our language? It's a total game changer, right? It flips our whole idea of literacy on its head. The secret, as it turns out, is all auditory.
The skill we're talking about has a name, phonemic awareness. Basically, it's the ability to tune your ears into the smallest, most individual sounds, the phonemes, in spoken language. And you gotta catch that key word, spoken. This is all about listening. You could do this with your eyes closed because we're not even looking at letters yet. To really get a handle on this, think of these little sounds, these phonemes, as invisible Lego bricks. You can't see them, but you can hear them. And with them, you can build every single word you know. It's a pretty cool way to think about it, right?
So let's talk about those building blocks. How do we get from hearing a whole sentence down to hearing one tiny little Lego brick of sound? Well, in this section, we're going to do just that. We're breaking it all down.
Now, this is a really important point to get straight. We have to understand the difference between a phoneme and a grapheme. A phoneme is just the sound. It's what you hear, like the k sound. A grapheme, on the other hand, is the letter or a group of letters that spells that sound. So for k, it could be a C, a K, or even K. One is for your ears, the other is for your eyes. Big difference.
So how many of these sound bricks do we have in American English? You might think it's hundreds, but nope, it's only about 44. That's it. Every single word, from cat to photosynthesis, is just a different combination of those 44 sounds. Kind of wild when you think about it.
Okay, so how do you actually get good at this? Well, you don't just jump to the expert level. It's more like climbing a ladder, rung by rung. You start with the easier stuff and work your way up to the really complex skills. It's a clear path to becoming a master of sound.
And here's what that ladder looks like. You start out big, just hearing the separate words in a sentence. Easy enough. Then you zoom in a little and start hearing syllables, like clapping out computer. Then you get even more granular, splitting a word like cat into its first sound, k, and the rest, at. And finally, you reach the very top, the expert level, where you can hear and play with every tiny phoneme in a word.
All right, so we've covered the what and the why. Now for the fun part, the how. Let's get practical. I'm going to walk you through some super simple but really powerful routines you can use to build these amazing auditory skills.
Let's try one right now. We'll start with something called oral blending. It's simple. I'll say some sounds, and all you have to do is listen and smush them together to make a word. Ready? Here's the first sound. S.
The next sound is ah. So we've got s, and now ah.
And the last sound is t. Okay, listen to all three together now. S, a, t. What'd you get? Sat. You got it. See? That's oral blending. You just took those invisible Lego bricks and built a word, using nothing but your ears. Awesome. Okay, let's flip that on its head and do the opposite. This is oral segmenting, breaking a word apart. The word is match. A great trick is to tap your fingers for each sound you hear. Let's try it. Match. I feel 3 taps. What are those sounds? A, ch. So 3 taps means there are 3 phonemes in the word match. See how that works? So once you've mastered blending sounds together and segmenting them apart, you're ready for the final boss level, manipulation. This is where you can actually play with the sounds inside a word, adding them, deleting them, swapping them out. It's the most powerful of all these skills for sure.
Let's give it a shot. Everyone say the word smile. Got it? Okay, now say smile again, but this time don't say the S sound at the beginning. What do you get? Mile. That's it. You just did phoneme deletion. It's like mental gymnastics for your ears.
Now, to get really good at this, you have to be able to tell the difference between sounds that are super similar. That's where minimal pairs come in. Take sheep and ship. The only difference is that middle vowel sound. For the E and sheep, feel how your lips spread wide like a smile, and the sound is long. But for the I in ship, your mouth is way more relaxed and the sound is short. Paying attention to what your mouth is doing can actually help your ears hear the difference. Okay, you ready for a challenge? Let's do a rapid-fire word chain. I'm going to give you a word, and we're going to change just one sound at a time to make a new word.
our starting word is ship. First up, let's change ship into sheep. Did you hear which sound changed? Yep, it was that middle vowel. We went from that short, relaxed I sound to that long, smiley E sound.
Okay, next one. We're on sheep. Now change sheep to cheap. What changed this time? It was the sound at the beginning. We switched from sh to ch.
And for our last one, let's take cheap and turn it into chip. Did you catch it? We swapped that middle sound again, going back from the long I to the short I. Great work. That is some high-level sound manipulation right there.
So, after all this work with just our ears, what's the big payoff? Why do we do all this? Well, this is the whole point. Mastering these auditory skills builds the essential bridge that connects the sounds we hear to the letters we see on the page.
So let's wrap this all up. Why does this matter so much? Because these little sound games literally build the wiring in the brain for reading. It's the single best predictor we have for how successful a reader will be. And it makes sense, right? You can't match letters to sounds if you can't clearly hear the sounds in the first place. And the best part? It doesn't take hours. Just 5 to 10 minutes of focused, fun practice every day works wonders. This is the groundwork. It's what makes phonics finally click.
So I want to leave you with this question to think about. Knowing how powerful this auditory skill is, how can we all start using the power of sound to unlock reading for every single learner? Maybe even starting today. Thanks for tuning in.